Hey everyone, welcome back. This is the ultimate support Hildryn. This build has everything you need for your team to fall in love with you. There's nothing the build is missing whatsoever. You want crowd control? The whole tile? Check. You want armor strip? Well, that's her trademark. You want heals? You will never die unless you're one-shot with this build. You want energy? That's an A to her kit. Your team wants energy? You'll give them more than they ever need. You want to actually make her Balefire Charger good? We can do that too. You want free super shield gating for your teammates no matter where they go? It's even better on this build. This is the support build to end all support builds. Let's take a look at what makes this possible. This is the Helminth. With the Sisters of Parvos update, we gained 5 new Helminth ranks to unlock with abilities associated with them. You may have seen the videos on Sickening Pulse or Parasitic Armor. The first allows infinite stacking heat procs, and the other allows some ridiculous synergies on armor stacking frames, such as Rhino's Iron Skin. But Voracious Metastasis has gone mostly unnoticed. Now, this is an ability that drains your energy to heal you, and also give energy to your teammates equal to the cast cost. The cast cost, and by extension energy given, is affected by efficiency. The health you personally regen is affected by strength. Both the energy given and your own heal will be delivered over time, which scales with duration. A negative duration means it will deliver the full effects of the ability faster. Also, this ability is recastable and will reset timers to max if for some reason you need to refresh it early. Now I tried to test this on Garuda, but her kit doesn't offer much else beyond a standard EV Trinity. You have your invincible frontal shield to replace Bless's shield gate for yourself, and a mildly useful Force Slash on her 4 with lower duration than normal on this build. You can get energy back with your 3, but you realistically can't give teammates more than 77.5 energy per cast since 45 efficiency is the lowest you can go. This makes it nearly worse than EV unless you spam it, but now that means you want natural talent and waste slots. So while Garuda can use this ability, she doesn't make that good use out of it, and it gimps her kit in my opinion. Then I thought of Hildryn. The funny thing with Hildryn is that abilities cost 10 times more to cast on her, so this means Voracious Metastasis will cost 500 shields at base. But because the ratio of cast to energy given is 1-to-1, you will also give your teammates 500 energy at base. This already eclipses EV Trinity, but there's much more to the build, so let's take a closer look. We will run Blind Rage to ensure that our cast cost goes up and delivers more energy per cast. This pushes the delivery to 775 energy. Negative efficiency isn't a real issue for Hildryn because Pillage easily restores it. Piling on strength is also beneficial because Pillage needs a fair amount of strength to strip armor properly. It also fully removes shields, making it one of the rare defense removal abilities alongside Nyx's Psychic Bolts, except being AoE. So for this reason, I'm piling on even more strength in the form of Transient Fortitude, Augur Secrets, and Umbral Intensify. Transient Fortitude also cuts into your duration to deliver all 775 energy faster. The reason I'm not using Fleeting Expertise is because it cuts into the total energy delivery. While it will allow us to burst about 475 energy in 1.25 seconds, it cuts our Pillage expansion time down to 0.25 seconds. Also, nobody needs 400 energy in 1 second. Pillage expands at a rate of 20 meters per second and is way more beneficial for it to scale up duration than range when values are below 100%. Therefore, I'm keeping duration at 73%. This leaves Pillage to expand for 1.45 seconds or about 30 meters beyond the starting range of 11.6 to a final radius of 41.6 meters. This is enough to tag the majority of the tile set or at least a significant radius around you. Stretch is an optional mod to slightly increase the base range. This also increases Haven's range, making it easier to tether allies and keep them in range longer for shield regen over shields and granting them Hildryn's superior 3-second shield gating mechanic. Augur Mards aren't that important for the set bonus because they don't give her back shields instead of energy. Alternatively, you can use Vigor Swap in this slot to pull your Balefire Chargers in and out faster. That's right, they are fully viable on this build. We have included Adaptation and Redirection for standard survivability and Blazing Pillage for some heat status CC and additional shields regenerated. Prime Sure-Footed keeps you faster on your feet so your shields don't drop. Finally, Combat Discipline and Arcane Avenger once again rear their head on this build to make Balefire Charger crit viable. The kills you get will self-damage you and activate the Arcane for a 45% flat critical chance bonus. Additionally, because Voracious Metastasis lasts 7.25 seconds on this build and heals 1610 health, you regenerate 222 health per second. This far surpasses the amount of self-damage you can take from a max rank combat discipline that inflicts 10 per kill. This way, you need less form on the build, as normally you would want to run an unranked combat discipline instead, so that the bursts of self-damage don't kill you after a few seconds. Our last arcane is Arcane Aegis. Enemies will hit Hildryn from time to time, and this gives you a way to have constantly regenerating shields, which will immediately allow you to regain partial shield gating. Finally, because the sheer power of critting Balefire charges and Pillage means we don't really need other weapons on the build, and because Hildryn uses shield for energy, we don't need Naramon or Zeneric, so we are taking Vazarin instead. Now, what you may not know is that Voracious Metastasis actually scales off affinity range, and Mending Unity increases affinity range by 25 meters. So your energy regen spell now has a 75 meter cast radius and will easily tag all teammates no matter where they are. You also have Protective Dash to give yourself more iframes in a bad spot if Hildryn's 3-second shield gating isn't enough. This will also work on objectives as well as your teammates. Now let's take a look at that Balefire build. I'm building this for raw base damage, corrosive, and heat. We have the new Galvanized Diffusion, which is an overall 50% total damage increase from before, as you're going from 2.2 billets to 3.3. Anemic Agility makes it easier to fire, and we are slotting Prime Target Cracker because despite 5% base critical chance, the kills will instantly and consistently keep Balefire at 50% critical chance from Arcane Avenger triggered by Combat Discipline. You can accompany this build with other elements, but it is mostly complete already. You could bring, say, a Zor's Primer build to spread viral better for Balefire, or a Queller setup like this to spread viral or use as an actual weapon when you swap off Balefire. The pistol slot is empty because I can't use it when I have Balefire's equipped. For your pet, you can run a Panzervolpe Phyla also, which will spread viral well for you with viral quills, holster reload weapons with a Synset bonus, help you survive deaths via Martyr Symbiosis, be invincible itself with Panzer Devolution, and just general purpose support with Health Links, Radar, and Fetch. So let's take this one out for a spin. For actual DPS, let's spawn Drakkar Manic Bombards. These things, at level 150, are basically Exogok-stat officers, but alloy armor instead of ferrite. We have corrosive damage, which is the wrong damage type. Balefires also have bad status, meaning you're unlikely to corrosive strip, and we also aren't waiting on viral procs here. None of this matters once we cast Pillage twice, which strips off 96% of their total armor. Now we're free to shoot our Balefire, and you'll see we rack up kills super quickly, and now once we proc Arcane Avenger, we do enough damage to easily one-shot them, ranging from 200k to 400k damage per shot. Now just imagine how much better this would be with viral procs from Panzer. You'll also see how my HP has dipped a significant amount from Combat Discipline rank 5, while all I gotta do is cast Voracious and I'm basically instantly full again. If I spawn them again, you can see that all the self-damage I do is non-existent and is instantly healed off. You can even use this build to help teammates in ESO instead of EV Trinity. Honestly, this build is just superb in all play modes with teams in general and thrives even more so the more enemies we have. The biggest benefit over EV Trinity, besides not having to spam cast and actually generating more energy without having to dump efficiency and duration, is that I don't need enemies to use it like Energy Vampire. I also don't need to build for insane range, as I naturally have 75 meter cast radius no matter what I do. I'm just going to include Steel Path gameplay to finish this off. You really have no problems with the Balefire DPS this way and can easily go the entire mission without using anything else. As I cast my Voracious, you will see that 775 icon pop up with a 10-second countdown. So this is it. The ultimate support Hildryn build. It was pretty fun figuring this one out and playtesting it. What do you think? If this is your first time watching, feel free to leave a like or better yet subscribe. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. 79.5% of you are not subscribed. I'm trying my best to get you new information out always as soon as possible, like I've done with covering the Tempestari and the Sisters of Parvos updates. Stick around if you want to see interesting memes and builds on a nearly daily basis. I'm also preparing to get you the info first once more new war stuff drops. You don't want to miss out on any of that, do you? That'll be it for this video. Thank you all for watching and see you all next time.